All right, welcome to another weekly edition of the Coach Corbin Show. This week we are joined by the Mr. Adam Bass. Thank you,
right.
Mr. Bass, for joining us this week. Obviously coming off the heels of a super busy week last week with homecoming, all the events surrounding that. Obviously you're heavily involved in homecoming and the festivities. Kind of tell us a little bit about last week and how it went.
Yeah, so it's like the busiest week for me in the fall semester for sure, because we got our one-act play in high gear.
Wow.
We start regionals next week, and so between that and then we always do a homecoming video tradition. I try to keep going here. Just covering everything from the activities at the school during the day, dress-up days,
Right.
all that kind of stuff. I'm just yelling at kids to go, 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 go. We have our Sports Nest edition of the magazine ready to go. So I got a little touch up today, and then by the time this airs Friday, it'll be out tomorrow. So everybody can see, you can check out all the sports going on at the school for the month of September.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
going on.
Really busy time, busy week. Students involved, parents involved, community involved, administration involved, many groups, athletic teams. That's a huge production in Choctaw. And some of the events that kind of struck me as just being like so unique to Choctaw was one, the parade. Last year's the first year I experienced a parade, and I tell our kids how grateful we are. I mean, there's so many people involved
Right.
in that. And it's really cool deal, and it's cool to see our kids get to go meet the younger kids and how much the younger kids look up to them and everything, and it's just really neat. And then later on that night, the tradition that I hope gets to stick around was the bonfire.
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome. There's well over 1,000 people involved there, and just really cool deal. We had food trucks, you had games for kids. Obviously, you had the bonfire, you had ROTC, you had live music. I mean, it's just really neat and a fun event. And then Friday, the Blacklight Assembly I thought was just through the roof with the energy that brought, and guys did such a good job with the students and Coach Benzer, we'll give a shout out on the Coach Dancing.
I don't think that's probably why he's not here. He's probably still
absolutely
tired from
nursing the hammies since then. We had to try to massage them with goat's milk to try to get them loosened back up after that.
Yeah.
But really neat. So last week a lot of fun.
Yeah, and so all those I feel like help energize the team maybe a little bit, and
Absolutely.
and let us into Friday. And let's recap against Putnam City.
Sure.
It was pretty much, I wouldn't say the word dominant, but it was pretty dominant on both sides of the ball.
Right, we're pretty happy with the results, and we're trying to just continually get to improve, and that kind of gets lost sometimes during the season. It's like, because every week it's like, you must win, but in reality, like, you need to be improving.
Right.
And I felt like we really improved a week ago from the previous week, and we just made some huge strides in a lot of areas. Obviously, recapping the game, a lot of people, as you mentioned, had a lot of success. I'll go offensively first. Deshaun Moore with 2 touchdowns. Blake Muse had 2 touchdowns. Corey Williams had a touchdown. Zane Coleman had a receiving touchdown. Isaiah Sumlin had his first touchdown of the year. And if you watch Isaiah play, I challenge you to find a kid that plays harder than he does. And so we're really happy to be able to get him one, and hopefully be able to get him some more in the future. Defensively, I thought our kids were aggressive all night, out-hit PC. We're more aggressive. When we talk about getting 11 hats to the ball, and we have a phrase called add-on, which is basically, if the play is getting close to conclusion, we want to have all 11 hats, at the point of attack, continually stinging the opponent. I felt like we did that, had a lot of turnovers as a result.
Yes.
7 turnovers, which is good. You win a lot of games doing that. And so really proud of our kids. I felt like, again, that we got better from a week ago, and we're making strides in the positive direction. And they're really just awesome team to be around, and I enjoy spending time with them.
Yep. Yeah. So tonight's game, we got the #1 team in the state, Stillwater, coming in.
Sure.
So let's talk a little bit about just some of the things of what they have and what they do, and then kind of what what's the game plan as far as
Sure. From Stillwater's offense is very efficient. Have a good quarterback, good running back, good O-line, good receivers. They're a pretty complete ball club on offense. They're trying to pick their shots and play physical ball. We think we're pretty physical too, so we look forward to the challenge. And then Stillwater's defense a little bit different in the fact that they play kind of a non-traditional defense with a lot of different moving parts, and and you'll kind of see that on Friday. And so, kind of forces us to have a little bit more of a unique game plan to deal with them. But, we're pretty happy with, with where we're at.
Right.
As you mentioned, they're undefeated. They're 5-0. They're the number one team in the state. And anytime those people come in, we, one of our core principles is, we're going to show respect for everyone that we come in contact with, in our program. And obviously, we're going to make sure that we contact them on Friday.
Right.
You give them their respect. They're number one right now. They're 5-0 right now. But like I tell our kids, it's never about our opponent. It's always about us. We've had a great week of practice. And I look forward to seeing the results and just taking another step this Friday. I look forward to a great crowd.
Yeah. So speaking of number ones, I think you've done some research for some other number ones that are that are going on.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about number one, and again, I don't want to take anything away from Stillwater, and they're number one currently in the state right now. But I started thinking, I'm like, Choctaw, has a lot of number ones that and a lot of firsts that maybe people aren't aware of. And we probably all heard the phrase, what's up, man? When you talk to someone, that was actually first uttered by Mr. Michael James, 1988. So, we started that.
Yes.
Also,
pretty popular.
Yeah, it's stuck around to this day.
Yeah.
Another deal that you may be aware of, a lot of people, will like to dip their fries in like a Frosty or a shake or something.
Right.
Actually invented by Dr. Jim McCarran in 1972.
Yeah, and
He's
that
also the best
before
superintendent in the state.
And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so, people are still enjoying that today, but not really giving credit.
And
where
I think he's a trendsetter.
Yeah, where credit should. And lastly, we all like baseball.
Yeah.
Enjoy watching baseball, and everyone likes the long ball hitting home runs. But the first time that the phrase "I hit a dinger" was uttered was by Mr. Mike Hessman, who hit the first actual dinger in 1984. And so, we have a lot of things. With number one coming to town, again, not taking anything away from them, but we have a lot of number ones as well. And we look forward to getting after them tomorrow night with a great crowd, best fan base, and I know it's going to be packed and be loud, and we can't wait.
Yep. All right. So get to the game. It's going to be a good one. Pack the stands and just make some noise.
Make it loud, baby.
Yeah.
Sting them.
All right.